Now, in Gaza, the Civil Defense Agency says Israeli forces have killed 23 people waiting for aid near a distribution site in the centre of the Palestinian territory. Around 150 people have also been injured. The UN Human Rights Office says more than 500 people have been killed trying to reach those aid points, which are now run by the US and Israeli governments. A UN official has described the system as an abomination and a death trap. Israel rejects allegations that it has committed war crimes in Gaza. Tamara Al-Rifai is the Director of External Relations and Communications with UNRWA, the UN's aid agency in Gaza. I spoke with her a little earlier and she described the aid situation on the ground.
We are here talking about a population of over 2 million people in Gaza who are desperate, who are hungry, who are scared, exhausted, and displaced multiple times, having lost everything. Amidst this catastrophic humanitarian situation, the international aid system, spearheaded by the UN, is so highly restricted that it's not able to do its job, primarily distributing food to a population where famine is being reported. In the middle of this, the government of Israel decides to parachute a new system that it calls an aid mechanism, but that is everything but not humanitarian. If anything, every time Palestinians have gathered at the distribution point of that so-called aid system, many of them have been killed tragically, like this morning, because that system does not have the know-how. It does not have the mechanisms. It is not spread across the Gaza Strip, so it's forcing people to walk for miles on end to get to the distribution. And it's putting people in cages in such a humiliating, undignified way while they're desperate and waiting for food to take back to their families. It is everything but humanitarian.
We had a spokesperson for the IDF on the programme yesterday and they said that they have let other aid in across the border to Gaza, but it's sitting there waiting for distribution by humanitarian organisations. Have you had that experience? Have you been permitted to bring aid in but not to distribute it?
UNRWA has not been permitted to bring aid in. If anything, the government of Israel approved 2 laws at the beginning of this year, one of them effectively banning us from being able to go into Gaza, because banning us, UNRWA, the largest humanitarian agency in Gaza, banning us from any contact with the government of Israel. So we've had no permits to go in. We have over 3,000 trucks full of goods sitting outside Gaza, in Egypt, in Jordan, that are ready to go in with food and non-food supplies, medical supplies, tents, etc. But we have not been able to. Having said that, there has been a trickle of international aid going in as of late. But again, it's a drop within a population of more than 2 million people who are being starved by design.
Has the United Nations had any recent discussions with Israel about changing their methodology that they're using at the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation to let the UN, to let humanitarian agencies once again take charge of delivering aid?
The UN as a whole has not stopped discussing with the Israeli authorities the role that the UN should be allowed to play in Gaza. So at the level of the UN Secretary General, at the level of the heads of UN agencies, at the level of the head of OCHA, everybody in the UN stands united. This is one of the biggest humanitarian crises in recent times in Gaza. And this is a place where the UN has so much expertise, where UNRWA has the trust of the population, where UNRWA, by the way, continues to run services. We continue to run primary health care. We continue to give 15,000 consultations, medical consultations per day. We continue to work on providing clean drinking water and managing solid waste to avert a health crisis, public health crisis. There's a lot for the international system to do, and the international system knows how to do it and can do it if it's allowed. But for now, it's not being allowed.